Welcome everybody to the SPC training class. This video is relevant for volunteers. If you are a staff member, you will have completed your specific staff forms through our Human Resources department. But if you are a volunteer, these are the steps you'll need to follow in order to initiate background check, also acknowledge the different documents and policies that we have volunteers agree to, and look at any other literature that we're sharing. So it's going to start by you receiving an email like this with the subject line, Welcome to SPC, Action Required. And this will be from our SPC training at ddhirsch.org email address. So for the purposes of this video, I created a test volunteer account, but it will say Dear and then your first name. It's welcoming you to, again, the DD Hirsch SPC team. Talks a little about our mission and also that we are now requesting you to fill out some paperwork in our online onboarding system. So the first thing you're going to do is click here for the new volunteer wizard link. And something to note as well is that you're going to have to create a password. Your username is the email address that this email was sent to. So when I click here, I am going to click create or reset your password. And so I'm going to go ahead and put my email in. Now I'm going to go back and check my email. Next. All right, now I will have the opportunity to create a password. Make sure that you're meeting all the requirements, 8 characters or more, uppercase and lowercase letters, number, and a symbol. All right, you got yourself a new password, so return to sign in. So now I'm going to sign in with the credentials that I just created. Again, my email address is the username, and the password is going to be the password that I just created. All right, and now it will log me in. Employees also have access to this platform, so a lot of these links and the helpful information aren't relevant. The policies and documents specific to you as a volunteer, you can find under the Get Started. So we're just going to click that button, Get Started, and then I'm going to go through and confirm my information here. So name, okay, that looks good. Here's my address. Save and continue. Okay, I'm going to list an emergency contact. I will list my mother. Thanks, Mom. Address, I'll just say it's the same address. You don't have to put in an email and just a phone number. Oh, and you're going to say if it's home or work. Home would be cell as well. Okay, social security number. Now, if you have a social security number, it is imperative that you input it here so that we have the proper information for the background check. If you do not have a social security number, you can input 999 if you do not have a social security number. Okay, save and continue. Now personal information has a nice green checkbox and you're going to click continue. So now this is just acknowledging that you are willing to adopt your first and last name as your electronic signature and your initials as the first letter of your first name, first letter of your last name as your initials on any documents that might require that. So you could say, I agree. It is required that you agree so that you can sign and acknowledge. And these are all the volunteer specific forms that you need to complete. So we'll start with the top. You can view and sign. So here are SPC fundamental rules and regulations. Some of these are the same for employees and volunteers, but if it's here, it applies to you. So your name is already inputted, but you're just going to click that to have your electronic signature. Make sure you scroll back up and click done. That is very important in order to get the nice green checkbox. Okay, we'll go to the next one. Sign here. Done. That's our ethics and harassment form. Here's our volunteer statement. that you're acknowledging you're a volunteer, not expecting any compensation. Here's our interim media policy. Eventually, we will have a more formalized policy. If you're watching this at a point where it doesn't say interim, that means we've updated it, but it's the same process of signing your name, clicking done. Okay, we're just going to keep going. Obviously, you would have time to read through this more. There's no requirement that you complete it as quickly as I am doing it right now. This is just for the purposes of this instructional video. So here's informed consent, signed, done. Unlawful solicitation. Okay. HIV policy. Done. Sexual conduct policy for volunteers. Done. Okay, this one says download and acknowledge because it doesn't require a signature, but it does require you to download it. So you're actually going to be asked to save it to your computer. So I am going to go ahead and open that up. This is what was downloaded. You would have to read through this. These are the attendance expectations while you are in apprenticeship and also after your apprenticeship program. Oops, let me find the right tab. Okay, so once I've read through it, I'll click yes, I agree, and acknowledge. Since there's no signature space, you're just acknowledging that you received that. And then volunteer reporting responsibilities. This is the last one for now. If you're seeing this at a time where there are more forms, then that just means we've updated it. But at this time, as of September 12th, 2023, these are all the forms that we have. But don't forget to click done. Now, when you look through your list of sign and acknowledge documents, you should see green check marks next to all of them, and it will let you click continue. Once you click that, it'll redirect you back to the page. Again, green check mark by personal information. Now you have a green check mark by policies and documents, and then you will continue to review and submit. So this is the final review. Review your information and submit all to complete your initial onboarding task. After submitting, you'll be able to review the information, but not edit it. So make sure that you are looking at this and checking for any information, any inconsistencies. And when you're ready and you've confirmed everything looks correct, you click submit all. All right, and then you get completed. That's all you need to do in order to process your background check. This does not take the place of the live scan or TB processes, but this replaces our old version of DocuSign where we had volunteers signing every form that way. This is just the way we share our policies, procedures, and collect your signatures electronically and also start the background check process. If you have any questions, feel free to reach out to me. My email is listed here as everybody's supervisor right now through the onboarding process, but you could also reach out to spctraining@ddhirsch.org, or you can click the little mail button to reach out to me.